Yo, 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 what's coming? Big baller T in the building right here. You see it? We about Baltimore. They win the tough way, Baltimore. They win on the road. They win facing adversity. That defense, they had Hall of Famers in 2012, 2013, but still, statistically, that was an average defense in 2012, 2013. This is not completely out of the 2012 2013 playbook, you understand, but even though they had T. Sizzles, Terrell Sards, Ray Lewis, and Ed Reed, and what have you, they still were not elite statistically. That 2012 2013 defense was not great statistically. So let me go to the team defense stats and show you where the Ravens were ranked in 2012, 2013, because I don't remember them being. In fact, they had a big losing streak, I remember, and then and Ray Lewis, he didn't even return until uh, right before the playoffs. So not really late season returns for any stars. I mean, the whole thing is a sick, sick joke. The whole Lamar Jackson has to leave the game because he a black man with attitude because my team's losing. That's all a fake act too. They want you to think that Lamar Jackson doesn't want to be out on the field, that he's pouting and whining on the sideline. So okay, if you want to make comparison here, uh, team defense in 2012 2013, Ravens were not even top 10 in 2012 2013. My memory is somewhat pretty accurate. So, in total team defense, Ravens were 16th in team defense. So, by that definition, they were a mediocre defense being carried by Joe Flacco in 2012. Okay, that general point is over. And I was kind of saying this a little bit pregame too, because it kind of would have made sense in a way that if the Ravens had a much easier schedule, that they would want the Ravens to lose, and that's exactly what happened. The Ravens were playing unscripted ball in the first half, and then everything was scripted beyond the first quarter. Basically, what had to happen was the Ravens, as paid actors, they had to throw the game because it's all one big fugazi being run by Las Vegas and Roger Goodell. But Roger Goodell wants to be sure that Las Vegas makes their cut. What do? Lamar loses against Goff. He loses against Allen. He loses against Mahomes. Lamar's a running back. Lamar can't win. Lamar can't carry the team. Lamar can't do this. There's a reason why Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson were playing to be the first team to win the Super Bowl after starting 1-3 since Tom Brady in 2001. It's because the winner of this football game is going to win the Super Bowl after starting 1-3. This is a connection to the 13th Amendment, having a full-blooded black quarterback win the Super Bowl, because the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. It was about advancing civil rights, which really, the complete picture didn't happen until about 100 years after the Civil War was declared in 1964. But basically, when you think about the 1-3 start, it's 13 years after Super Bowl 47. The Ravens win Super Bowl 60. The NFL didn't want the Chiefs to lose today because they knew they have yet to play the Lions, the Commanders, the Bills, and the Jags are top 10 defense right now. So let's call the Jags what they are. They are for real. So the Jags are a tough, formidable opponent Trevor Lawrence's leadership. The offense hasn't taken off, but his leadership, the way he handles himself, the team defense has done well. So Jacksonville, they didn't want the Chiefs to lose too many games because they know they also, on top of it, have to play the Broncos twice. They're a playoff team. They have to play the Chargers. So that schedule was so tough for Kansas City that they wanted them to win because they knew it was easy for Baltimore to play these scrub teams. And again, they play the Browns, obviously. They play the Bengals without Joe Burrow. They play the New York Jets. On top of my memory, the Houston Texans are terrible. The Titans are nobodies. It doesn't count. They play the Chicago Bears. I think they nothing special. They only beat the Faders and they beat the Cowgirls, obviously. Is Carson Wentz going to hold up for the rest of the season? I doubt it. The Vikings may have good skilled players, but on the quarterback and offensive line positions, they really banged up it. And the Ravens play the Dolphins. I already said they played the Jets. The Patriots, I'm going to give the Pats their kudos. They playing good. They building for the future in Vrabel. So Patriots, that'll be an interesting game December 21st. But December 27th, the Ravens against the Packers, then the Ravens against the Steelers, December the 7th and January the 4th. But you see right there in October, November, these are cupcakes. The Texans, they cupcake. Matt Stafford, he banged up. He's not going to be like this the rest of the season. You saw how they got lucky, the Rams. This rookie receiver on the Colts, his teammates, he's never going to hear the end of it. He's literally in the end zone, and like he gets rid of the ball, and it goes in for a touchback. He almost pulled a Deshaun Jackson on Monday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys, but then this ball kind of goes to the corner, and since it goes out of bounds through the end zone after he loses control of it, it is a touchback. It's not a Colts touchdown. It's a touchback. So there, this schedule is easy. You have to at least agree with me on this, that this schedule for the Ravens is easy and it's a cupcake and they're going to be in the playoffs, no doubt about it. So this is all that needs to be said. I don't know who's on top of the NFL for touchdown passes, but as far as 10 touchdowns and 1 interception, the one thing that comes to mind for me is who they may play in the Super Bowl. I'm not counting out the Packers. I'm not going to omit the fact that every championship quarterback has won their first championship at 27 years of age. I'm not doubting that at all. But Jair Alexander, he's born at Philadelphia and he's Packers. So it's either Ravens Packers or it's Ravens Eagles. The Lions, they're going to get fucked. But never say never. Could the Lions make it to Super Bowl 61? Never say never. The Cowboys are still winning. What happened? Oh, it's about the ratings. So, Green Bay is unscripted football and they stopped trying. It was unscripted football and they stopped trying. The moral of the story is unscripted football. In the first quarter, the Steelers were taking it to the Vikings. That was the most rigged game of the day. You see them driving down. It's what was the score? It was 24-14. The Steelers are driving down. It's like, okay, you inside the 5, you about to score. It's 4th down and 4. It's like you put the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands. Like that's if it's not scripted. But because it's scripted, they ran a run-in play for like 3 yards, and of course they were short of the end zone or the first down. I forgot if it was 4th and goal or it was 4th and 4, but inside the 15. And then one of the most rigged plays you'll see in the day, Wentz drops back, he throws a deep ball, and nobody is near the play. They purposely busted the coverage so they could give these fans at Dublin every single penny of what they paid for that ticket. They give them their full money's worth, which was having an entertaining finish all the way to the very last second of the game. And now, when you see the white guy chasing him from behind and he tackles him at the 1 yard line, like I didn't see the Vikings wide receiver slow down or anything at all. So that part did look real, that chase down at the end. But the whole stop him, and I think they went for it and they got the touchdown. So they did. And then no, well, okay, they got the touchdown. Then the onside kick, I don't agree. I don't disagree with the call, but basically one of the most rigged plays of the day. It is 4th and inches, ball at the half-yard line to the first down. All you do is jumbo package, quarterback sneak, tush push, or H-back dive up the middle. But what do the Steelers do? Oh, they take a delay of game penalty because it's rigged. The game is not supposed to end on a get the first down. You're supposed to give the ball back to the Vikings. So that London game was just that Dublin game was just laughable. Like they made it blatantly obvious that game was rigged to the core so the Vikings could have a chance to drive down. But then of course the Steelers have to save the day and win the game. So they look like retarded actors that they are. They took a scripted delay of game, 4th and 6. The Steelers is 46, and then they punt the ball. So that was laughable. And this is not just the only game that this happened. Unscripted in the first quarter, then scripted. The team has to come back into the game because we pay in quarterback $60 million and we want to be sure that we get the numbers for the next TV contract. So they called a phantom holding call against the Seahawks. Like they should have really gotten that touchdown there. The refs called it back because the script called for the game to end in dramatic fashion with the Seahawks getting the ball last. And that's what they did. They play all conservative at all this. So I don't know if you noticed that was a common theme for much of the week. The Steelers game, Vikings had no business having the ball at the end. The Cardinals had no business getting back into the game. The Cowboys are terrible. This is a primetime game. People are watching. They had no business coming back to win the game. I think it was rigged for the point spread. Everyone thought that Jared Jones would be humiliated. But the biggest losers are the Dallas Cowboys fans. Because now they're not comparing to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win. We're in the field. We're going to make the playoffs. So they may need these guys to be in the playoff picture. You know, basically, the Cowboys are not in the running for the division, but are they in the running for the wild card? Let's say if they win, they're 2-2, or if they lose tonight, but they beat the Jets, they'd be 2-3, and suddenly the Cowboys are still hovering around the playoff picture. Then you know what? They in the playoff picture. What if the Packers take the scripted lead for the 27th points of the game? Every quarterback won a championship at 27 years of age because Bart Starr, his first championship was the NFL championship. What if the Packers take the lead here for the 27th points of the game? And they probably will. And the only thing I have to say about the Packer 27-year connection is that these little like cycles or coincidences, like that they do eventually come to an end. Like the biggest example that resonates with me is that there was a stat that every time the Yankees threw a perfect game, they won the World Series. And this was the big stat with Don Larson, I think, and David Wells and somebody else. But basically, Domingo German threw a perfect game in 2022 at Oakland, but the streak ended, the stat ended, the cycle ended. That was the first time that the Yankees didn't win the World Series after throwing a perfect game in the same season. They lost in the ALCS to the Astros in 4 games. King David, I everybody knows the Bengals, they not winning. But I got the Jets winning their first game against the Dolphins on and by the way, did you see the Giants today? Oh yeah, they're going to win again next week. This is a shaming humiliation for Russell Wilson. Like they had this whole conversation, Richard Sherman and Tony Gonzalez and Thursday Night Football, that he's not going to the Hall of Fame. He didn't do enough since leaving Seattle. He only had the Legion of Boom. Well, I thought Richard Sherman should have included beast mode into that talking point. Ever since Marshawn Lynch left, ever since Marshawn Lynch was over the hill. It wasn't just the LOB, but it was Marshawn Lynch carrying the Seattle Seahawks. Man, today was rough with the parlays. I admittedly it was a giant upset, no pun intended. And of course, it's 26 and 27. Yeah, that was rough with the Chargers today. It was that was rough there on the parlays. My only comment on the Bucks Eagles game is that San Francisco's 50 and Gematria, and the Eagles are starting 5-0. So there's that. Super Bowl 50 was the last time a Super Bowl was held at San Francisco. In the team that the Broncos are playing next week, undefeated. The team that the Eagles are playing next week, the Broncos, they were the last winner of a Super Bowl held at the Bay Area. So that's kind of fitting how the Eagles start 5-0. I made one comment. There's only one more game I had to change. I was right. They changed Raiders with Bears. The Bears did win because it was interesting for the playoff field. It's like Pete Carroll's over the hill. Like Geno Smith is over the hill. Like they're obviously over the hill. And now Geno Smith's stats are rigged. It's another fake actor in the National Fixed League, aka No Figure League. Like Raiders is Camacho 74, but what's the stat? 7 interceptions in 4 games, Geno. He is an actor. And Pete Carroll is the oldest coach at 74 years of age. I think his birthday happened in September. He may be 75, but right there, this is a national fixed league. I think the Cardinals Falcons game is going to have wild card implications. I don't think the Cardinals are making the playoffs, but if the NFL's win, Eagles will be number 2, and Gannon used to coach. He was the defensive coordinator in Super Bowl 57. The Cardinals get destroyed by Philadelphia. I mean, if you look at the Cardinals schedule, easy cupcakes. Saints, Panthers, they have the Titans next week. Then they have the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. It's like Kyler Murray's from Texas. Of course, Cardinals going to go in there and handle the business of the Cowboys. The Colts is a harder team than I thought they would be entering the year. We're losing against the Colts. I say we, I mean Cardinals fans. So we losing to the Colts. We'll beat Seattle. I'm hopeful we beat San Francisco. We'll probably at least lose a game against the Rams. We'll lose against the Packers. The Bengals game's a cupcake because what I think is going to happen is the Bengals will obviously be out of the playoff picture and they're just going to shut down Joe Burrow for the rest of the season. Like, why even risk it if you're not even in the playoff picture? So I think the Bengals are going to shut down Joe Burrow. I think they'll flex out that Arizona-Cincinnati game with another game for that Saturday game in December. But going back to Lamar Jackson, like I'm doing the whole video thing on Lamar Jackson. I mean, these guys are scripted actors. I don't know what's going on with the Raven defense, admittedly, but they didn't have much turnover for their defensive starters. If there wasn't much turnover, as far as I'm aware, on the Raven starting 11 on the defense, then I am perplexed on why the defense looks beleaguered instead of just middle of the pack, mediocre average defense like they were in 2012. They were ranked number 16 in 2012. I can switch because you have to read the script. If you don't read it right away, it's not a big deal, but then you end up getting closer to the script. So the Las Vegas minions out there want you to think that Lamar Jackson can't beat Joe Burrow. He can't beat Patrick Mahomes. He can't. He's a running back. He's a running back. He can't carry a team to the Super Bowl. You see, that's what Las Vegas wants you to think about Lamar Jackson. He's a running back. He can't beat Allen. He can't beat Patrick Mahomes. The Ravens can't win in Buffalo. Now, they didn't win. They didn't play every game on the road. They won the division, so they played Andrew Luck, rookie Andrew Luck, in the Baltimore Colts, a.k.a. Indianapolis Colts, in a game of the two Baltimore teams. Ravens beat up Andrew Luck pretty good. And then Arians left, and he became the coach of my Cards that offseason. They went on the road to Denver. They beat the Broncos. The Mile High Miracle with he died last July. Jacoby Ford. Jacoby Ford was his name. If it's not his name, I'd be like, why don't I remember his name? The kickoff return, that guy. The kickoff return, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl 47. And then, of course, the revenge game after the Billy Cundiff missed field goal. The Ravens beat the Patriots. And I remember T-Sizzle, ASU guy, we the best, we beat these fuckers. They're the most arrogant motherfuckers in the world from Belichick on down. And then he was like, Art Modell, this is for you, baby. This is for you, baby. Because Art Modell died right before the season when the Ravens won the Super Bowl. So sometimes teams do win titles right instantly after the death. The perfect example for the NFL is Art Modell passes away before the season. The Ravens end up winning that very next season. The Colts can go for 5-1 against the Cardinals. The Cardinals is 51. So I think the Colts will win next week. Absolutely. Daniel Jones is cooking. Geno is throwing gifts, turnovers. So and plus, it's a home game for Indianapolis. They seem to do really good at home. So Indianapolis Colts going to win next week. You see, one of these teams that missed the playoffs, they're going to miss the playoffs. The Vikings missed the playoffs. Maybe the Broncos missed the playoffs. I got to analyze the playoff picture and see if they do. But one of these teams that misses the playoffs is not the Baltimore Ravens. They got them cupcakes scheduled, and they sold the rest of the game. That interception was sold to Las Vegas. It was sold to Las Vegas. The narrative will be the Ravens defense can't show up. They can't play, blah, blah, because Josh Allen did this to them, and Pat Mahomes did this to them. Lamar's a running back. Derrick Henry's a joker in the fourth quarter. He fumbles the ball. I see what you Las Vegas little gimmicks are doing. Why are the Ravens not 12-1 to win the Super Bowl, or even 10-1? They still 8-1 to win the Super Bowl. It shows you how rigged this crap is. It shows you how rigged this crap is. Well, okay. They only lost by a point at Buffalo on the road. Maybe that's why they still 8-1. 2-5 would be like Ravens. With that, they'll use gematria. They'll use gematria against us sometimes. They'll use this code to hook and bait even the people who try to decode and calculate it. 4-0 didn't happen today for the Chargers, but redemption time. LA is 41. The Chargers can improve to 4-1 with a win in Jaden Daniels' return game. I think it's Daniels that equals 23 or Jaden equals 23. The Commanders are going to lose again next week. And I'm not saying this because I'm an Arizona fan. I'm saying that because the Chargers are going to win lots of games at home so they can try to. The NFL wants to build a fan base over at LA. Okay, so Daniels is 28, and it's Jaden that equals 23. Jaden equals 23, so Washington, they're going to be 2-3, even if Daniels returns to the lineup next week. And LA in 41-14 is like clockwork. If Doak Cleveland wins the title at 41 years of age, the LA Chargers gonna start 4-1 this year. Home teams can't make the Super Bowl. I got the Rams over the Niners next week. If this game is at LA, give me the Rams in that game. Nothing is a lock in the divisional game. Nothing is a lock, especially after what happened to the Chargers today against the Giants. But NFL be hyping up a Fox game of the week, a CBS game of the week. So the Rams going to beat the 49ers. The Rams are going to be 4-1 before taking on Baltimore. And then the N-word equals 42. So they fought a 4-2 against LAMAR. And this is your NFL script for the next couple weeks for the Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Remember Fraud Turdy? Ha 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 ha! Look at them waste all this money on Fraud Turdy. Look at them. They wasted all this money on this guy. Look at them. They lose when he's back in the lineup. They're 2-0 with Mac Jones. When is Kyle Shanahan going to throw Fraud Turdy to the side? He has shown he was willing to do it with Jimmy Garoppolo. When is he going to throw Fraud Turdy to the side? Oh, I heard the barking. 49ers in the Super Bowl. 49ers in the Super Bowl. You got to understand your home Super Bowl spell history is that they don't like having home teams in the Super Bowl for obvious reasons. The NFL doesn't pay for hosting the game. No. They make the host city pay for hosting the game because they say you are going to have massive economic benefits. And they do. As long as you're making a net profit as far as what you have to pay for the transportation and the cost of hosting the game and the money that comes in from people coming into the city and spending money at the hotels, at the local businesses, at the local restaurants, what have you, that does generate economic revenue. If it comes from the outside and in, additional people coming in to the city at any given moment in time. Now, what doesn't make money is we're going to build a stadium. This is going to generate lots of revenue. It's going to create lots of jobs. Well, the stadium only open for 8 days out of 365. Now, if the people already residing in the city, then basically this NFL game is a substitute for another leisure activity, such as going to the theater or going to a local performing arts thing on the weekends. You're not bringing in additional money by building these stadiums, and these old team owners are saying we're going to create lots of revenue and lots of jobs. Nope. These are net economic losses to have these stadiums built, because it is not an economic generating activity. It is an economic substitute from another activity that you were doing otherwise. If we build this stadium up, instead of going to the theater doing this, I'm going to the stadium. You're just substituting what you have spent on a weekend before on another activity. Look at these suckers. Jerry Jones is laughing all the way to the bank. Oh, we were competing toe-to-toe with the Green Bay Packers, and we're going to give the business. We're going to make it to the playoffs. We're going to give a run of the money in the playoffs. Micah, ooh, we're beating you. Micah, ooh, we're beating you. I can't say it's a bad thing if the Dallas Cowboys win. Then the little bucking fans get delusional and they start barking, "Oh, we coming for the Super Bowl. I got doing this." So as far as the Monday game goes, you know who's going to win the following game for the Jets. It goes like this. If the Jets win, they're 1-3. Dallas is 14. If the Jets win on Monday, they'll lose against Dallas. If the Jets lose against the Dolphins, they will beat Dallas because Dallas is 14. They'll be 1-4. Regardless of the outcome, the Jets are going to start 1-4. So, you know exactly who's going to win next week, right after tomorrow night, when we find out who exactly does win this Monday Night Football game. It seems like there always has to be one coach that's going to get fired. Is Brian Dable getting fired? No. He might get his job saved. Who the Giants play next week? Anybody? They're taking New Orleans Saints. I found this gem rookie quarterback, and I'm 2-0 in the Giants in the playoff picture. It ain't just about the division. This is a 7-14 team NFL playoff format. The entire picture surrounds the wild card picture. Everybody only still looking at divisions, but there's 17 playoff fields, not 6. The entire playoff picture is all the way down to the 7th seed. It don't matter if you're mediocre, 8th, 9th in the conference, 10th in the conference. You're in the playoff picture. And you're still in the playoff picture. Teams that appear mediocre because there's an extra playoff spot, you in the playoff picture. Look at these 41er Buckers. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They'll be tied with the Cardinals, and the Rams will be in first. It'll be clear that they are nothing without Nick Bosa. He is their most important player, not Fraud Turdy. that pass rush cannot function without Nick Bosa. When he left the game against Arizona, they could not generate the pressure that existed before. The double teams that Nick Bosa gets, it opens up the rest of the pass rush. This 49er pass rush is in huge trouble. They seem to always be very physical. They like to run downhill, not a zone blocking scheme, but we're going to get up downfield. We're going to knock you back, man-on-man blocking. Smash mouth football is what they do. And then there could be some questions on the offensive line. But safe to say, there should be some questions about Fraud Turdy's ability to play through pain compared to other quarterbacks. Was it the medical staff being up? Fraud Turdy must not really play through pain very well. And now, before you start wondering, Fraud Turdy, let me just say this. Y'all know who you are. You started barking that this guy was the next Tom Brady because he beat Tom Brady in his first start. You on the good stuff. That could be anything. That could be anything. He ain't no Tom Brady. He ain't no next nothing. He's a serviceable starting quarterback. That is it. This is who Fraud Turdy is. You made it to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. It is all about the Kyle Shanahan, the system that they had with Shanahan is have a great running game and you force bodies into the box, and this makes it easy for a mediocre quarterback to complete horizontal passes because their linebackers are not focusing on the coverage when you're running them horizontal routes because they're focused on stopping this monstrous running game. So that's where you get the system quarterbacks of Fraud Turdy and Jimmy Garoppolo. Fraud Turdy had a chance right there. Cover zero. It's always the middle of the field. He failed. It was an incomplete pass. They didn't get the first down to win the Super Bowl. And now, just because Fraud Turdy's a fraud, I'm not saying Kyler Murray is better than him. He obviously is not better than Fraud Turdy. Kyler obviously sucks. I know this as a card thing. What was the biggest mistake they made? There's three. One is not drafting LAMAR and drafting the chosen Rosen, whatever the fuck that is. Number two, not signing Baker Mayfield in free agency. Number three, allowing the Seattle Chicken Hawks to fleece the Denver Donkeys in the first place. We should have traded the quarterback. We should have traded Kyler Murray to the Denver Broncos for how many first-round draft picks? 3 first-round draft picks? We could have traded Kyler Murray to the Seattle Chicken to the Denver Donkeys. Kyler Murray. This guy is like the bad stereotype of Gen Z. He got the attitude, no adversity, blah, blah. You can't take no. He's a spoiled, whiny, pouty child. This is who Kyler Murray is. Notice how his shoulder pad, it got knocked up. None of his teammates put his shoulder pad back in place. His own teammates don't like Kyler Murray. I don't want to hear it was no huddle. They didn't have no time. Somebody could have quickly just knocked that motherfucking shoulder pad inside the jersey. Nobody helped Kyler Murray do that. We saw Kyler Murray's shoulder pad against the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, Yes, yes. But they can't beat the good teams, and they can't beat the good teams. And Lamar's a running back, this and that, the running back. Okay, Packer completion. We going for 33 points. We're going for 34. What's Micah Parsons' gematria in this overall equation? The Green Bay Packers can settle for a field goal to bring it to overtime, or against this mediocre trash. What was Micah Parsons doing tonight? Stop making Jerry look good. Micah Parsons, he disappears in the playoffs. The Packers are the bait. I think this Sunday night football on Facebook, let's show that he wins the title at 27 years of age. These are all gimmicks for Las Vegas. I think these are gimmicks for Las Vegas. They point out these historical coincidences, and this is a time where it's legal to bet. I am of the view that what can go wrong will go wrong for the Green Bay Packers, because Las Vegas and Roger Goodell decide everything. If too much money bet on one team, you already know what happens. Too much money bet on the Lions last year, what happens? Everyone fakes their injuries. They sold their souls to baffle me on the pentagram, right? Church of Satan pentagram. This is who they sold their soul to. Baffle me. They show this goat figure, but it's part man and it's part woman, because they show the pictures of Baphomet with breasts. It's about the balancing aspects of life, the good and bad, the fortune, misfortune. Basically, it is very Masonic. It is very Masonic. The Freemasonic religion. They also worship the Luciferian satanic Baphomet religion, the Church of Satan. This is the religion of the elite, and they're going to use this against the public. Wait, you're watching Three Ninjas? What? What is Three Ninjas? This can't be better. I know these are rigged ass games with men wearing fake kites, but I mean, these are still the best professionals in the world. You have to give it. You have to give me that. They fake games, but these are still the best football players out there. You're still watching the very best of the best. They're fake plays, obviously. This game is fake. Cowboys is 30, they have 30 points. What is Jordan Love doing? The referee stopped the play. It's obvious the audio is not on. What a big gematria trap that would be. LaFleur equals 75 and 39. The Super Bowl's on the 39th day. The city of Santa Clara is 75. And he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. What a big trap that would be. All I can say is that Jackson does equal Packers. So you can't write these guys out from winning the NFC. But Lamar's winning the Super Bowl. Lamar is a legend. I call him Lamar the legendary Lamar. The last Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. Who was it? Aha. The last Heisman Super Bowl winner quarterback, 18. Super Bowl 18, but he wasn't the MVP. The last Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback who was a Heisman was Jimmy Plunkett in Super Bowl 15. Lamar equals 45. 45 years after Super Bowl 15. Lamar Jackson is the next Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback to be a Heisman winning quarterback. Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. We should have had Lamar Jackson. The general manager's drunk. Steve Keim is drunk. That's the problem. He's drunk. Everybody knew he had the DUI over the 4th of July. He was the guy who sexually assaulted the stripper at Mexico City. He was drunk, and he drunkenly assaulted and committed a crime in Mexico. And the Cards covered it up, and they said it was a bald guy assistant coach. Kugler was his name. He a bald guy too, but they were covering for Steve Keim. This team is dysfunctional back in the day. This is the first time in NFL history that you got to study some film. You got to do this X amount of time a week. Kyler sucks. All these Kyler Murray stares, they're terrible. Look at you clowns defending Kyler Murray. Look at you. Imagine Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, or anybody. Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, these guys, even Cam Newton. You don't have to like how Cam Newton played, but Cam Newton got to study even film. Okay, Kyler sucks. He likes Michael Vick. He's wearing a Michael Vick jersey. He wears a Michael Vick jersey in front of his dog. He's a poor, he lacks judgment. Michael Vick had dog fighting rings. But that's not the general point. The point is he likes Michael Vick, and Michael Vick also said, I did not study film. I did not feel the need to study film because of my athleticism. And Kyler Murray sucks. He's a diva. He's a prima donna. His teammates hate him. He is completely overpaid for such a whiny, petty, delusional Gen Z quarterback. 97 and I 95. I like to. I call myself a zillennial because I'm like right along the edge of Gen X and Gen Z, like right there, zillennial. But Kyler Murray is the epitome of the worst stereotypes for Gen Z. He's a whiny, crying, spoiled child is what he is. The whole world saw Kyler Murray against the Seahawks. He was terrible. He's not the only problem. He's not all the blame. He needs a number 2 wide receiver. Even if he did have a number 2 wide receiver, he still can't see over his line. He's still afraid of pressure. He's still one of the worst quarterbacks when under pressure. So that statistic says that among all the quarterbacks, how they perform under pressure, Kyler Murray performs the worst when he's dealing with pressure compared to other quarterbacks who deal under pressure. Which sucker is going to take Kyler Murray? He's going to be irrelevant. He's going to play for some irrelevant team. I don't know who's in quarterback purgatory. Maybe the New York Jets or somebody like that. Some sucker will take him. They should have traded this guy to the Denver Broncos. They really should have. But Lamar Jackson is winning the Super Bowl. Who he'll play in the playoffs is a whole other thing. The range, they're not out of the division. The Steelers are 3-1. The Ravens are 1-3. Aaron Rodgers just screams soap opera, the fiasco. Are they going to choke in the second half? Is Aaron Rodgers going to get hurt? Is he going to make some comments to the media, whatever? This game here is rigged. The Packers rigged the game for Las Vegas. You notice their helmets. They wear the Freemasonic G, like we play God. Or G as in government, G as in God. The Green Bay Packers, everything about them. Oh, we love no billionaire owner. We're owned by Green Bay. Now you're a Freemason team. You are part of the entire cabal. The Packers are one of the teams that benefit the most from the officials throughout the course of the regular season. Freemason, G, God. Play the role of God is what that G represents in the Freemason logo. The Freemasonic compass, yes, but in the middle of the Freemasonic compass is the G. This Packers logo is Masonic to the core. The Masons in balance. Oh, we're great. We make the playoffs every year. We win 10 games every year. That part is great. Making the playoffs every year, having a chance to win the Super Bowl every year. The good, the bad, the fortune of making the playoffs, having a chance to win the Super Bowl every year. The misfortune is that they lose in the playoffs every year. And so Brett Favre won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 31, and the Packers won in Super Bowl 45. So 32-60, this would be one Super Bowl win in 27 years. I don't give a fuck. This Packer team is going to win the Super Bowl 14 years after the death of Bart Starr. Their 14th championship, 14 years after Bart Starr. For now, it's not proven. It is just a theory is what it is. It is a theory. But a well-supported hypothesis, but not supported by evidence yet. I know you will be in the Super Bowl, Jordan Love. Take that, Jerry. Take that, Jerry. There's 14 people watching. That can't be coincidence, organic matter coming in. Whatever. Look, nobody can say they don't want a full-blooded black man to win the Super Bowl. Because Jalen Hurts is 100% black. So you got to get that out of your head because that doesn't exist anymore. But the subliminal white supremacist ritualistic element of LAMAR and Jalen Hurts win the Super Bowl is that they needed a top 2, top 3 running back to win the Super Bowl. Because what are we saying now is Jalen Hurts only won because he had Saquon Barkley breaking the rushing record. What are people going to say about LAMAR? He had Derrick Henry, a virtual top 2 running back, King Henry. So even though the black man wins the Super Bowl, the 100% black quarterback, the white supremacist elements, they are not even hiding it. They only won because he had a top 2, top 3 running back. The white supremacy ritual remains, even as the full-blooded black man win the Super Bowl, because these guys are right-wing, old, cranky conservatives, the majority of the owners. The majority of their political campaign contributions for the owners as a whole go to the GOP. Over 70% of their overall political contributions goes to the GOP. They are old white-wing men. Right-wing or white-wing. Both. So the media is going to sing the praise of the black quarterbacks, but we know they being all racist to the core when they can only win because they have a Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry. You see, I see through the bullshit that they're trying to spew to the public here. I see what they've been doing. Now, I think it's a good thing if Jalen Hurts can win the NFC, at least to win the NFC. I can't do that. But if he performs consistent in the postseason, great. He makes it to the Super Bowl again. Micah Parsons in the demonstrator. It got intercepted. What? What the hell did that? Oh, is incomplete. Oh, what the hell? Wow, this game is rigged. NFL, we watch rigged choreographed shit every week. But I don't. They're the best fucking players in the world. Oh, I would have rigged that game. Oh my god, I would have rigged that game this is. Rid. Dallas Cowboys, most popular team, most hated team. Green Bay Packers, most supported, popular team. Close game on a Sunday night. Of course, the biggest winner is the NFL.
Terry, I'll take your 2 cents here. Yeah, Mike, there is no receiver there. Now, if it slips out of his hands, there's no foul here, but it looks like he actually throws the football into an area where there's nobody. I believe this should have been intentional grounding.
There is no intended receiver. But refs let it go. They let it go.
Second and 10. 4-man rush. Big pressure inside. Ferguson protecting the ball. Takes a big hit. Gains 7.
No timeouts for Dallas. Dak the Hack cannot beat teams over 500.
Right? We have seen when everything starts to get hot, Jake Ferguson is the guy that they want to get the football to. And here they go again.
Pickens bottom of the screen. Prescott inside. Jalen Tolbert crossing. Tolbert at the 30, brought down to the 27-yard line. Well, 4 to go. Dallas will keep the pedal down. Parsons on the field. He'd love to have a closing.
Let's go to baseball bracket in week 5 picks.
He's moved over to the top of the screen.
They're dropping a lot of safeties, and there are going to be some chances down the field.
They scored too quick. If they get the ball at the 35-yard line, they don't have to return it. They get this stupid kickoff rules a joke. All they have to do with these kickers with these ranges, get it 10, 15 yards. That's it. And they have 2 timeouts, and they only down by 3. Oh, Jerry, you clown. This is going to overtime. The NFL has won big on this game. And Dak will never win a Super Bowl ever.
I'm just going to reference the New York Giants game. It ain't over yet.
Yeah. Good call. It ain't over. It's over. The Packers are going to win.
So what you're going to see are safeties dropping in and there, which means right at the snap of the ball, Dak understands that's one-on-one with his best player on the outside. Get him the football, catch and run, break a tackle, and it has
Cousins liking this.
breakout night, at least as far as his Dallas Cowboys career goes.
Dallas Cowboy fan in New Jersey.
Sensational tonight. And remember, that's Darrington Valentine, who's in for Nate Dobbs.
Her husband's a New York Giants fan. Okay.
Prescott matching Jordan Love.
Stop these dogs, cowgirl.
The same. And George Pickens.
Fuck Dallas, man. You guys suck, man. Fuck you all. You guys are going to get dick rided by Kyler Murray on Monday Night Football. And no, he's not going to suddenly turn to the biggest MVP.
CD Lamb very happy. Green Bay has had issues trying to catch and how to return these awkward kicks. The last couple have pinned the Packers back at the 20. They need a field goal in time. They've got all 3 timeouts.
Very interesting way how we break down the end of this game, depending on the outcome. Genius! I traded away Micah Parsons, and he's a non-factor. Well, all the haters were saying Micah Parsons was a non-factor. He only rushes the passer against mediocre teams, right? I like, he's a joke. The Packers are not winning the Super Bowl. Vince Lombardi is Italian. Nick Sirianni is Italian. What? They got something going on there with Mr. Nick Sirianni right there. Vince Lombardi is one of the first to play black players in the NFL. We got them black quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts. Jordan Love is kind of like solid mid, above mid, just a bit. And like, this is with these new kickoff rules, like, they stupid. No, I'm not saying that just because my kicker kicked it to the 21-yard line instead of inside the landing zone. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that scripted, manufactured, game-winning drives, you know, the live betting, I think it's because of legalized betting that they got these stupid-ass kickoff rules. It doesn't matter if you score or you were ahead by 3 points. This is garbage. These kickoff rules are stupid. I hope we're in agreement on that. He got over the line of scrimmage, okay. No grounding there. Green Bay Packers, 3 timeouts. You're trying to bring it to overtime. The game will be rigged for the Packers to win in overtime. It's the Packers, that's 43, and the game can end with 43 points. Also, the Dallas Cowboys is 43. Who knows who scores the touchdown in overtime? That's what 37-37 would bring us here. You got to unleash your inner Michael Jordan, Jordan Love. This game's already going to overtime. This game's going overtime. 37-37. Game is rigged. Get your motherfucking hand in the game. That sucks. No, it doesn't look like they're mid-2000s Raiders. It doesn't look like they're about to be mid-2000s Raiders. Well, I think this game is rigged. I think the Eagles game is rigged. I think this Dallas Cowboys team is a dog and pony show. They are a fugazi. They are one big fugazi. When everybody's betting on the first game of the season, the Eagles going to roll them, right? It's the fugazi. It's a Sunday night football game or revenge game. They're going to destroy them Mammoth style, Kobe style. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. This Dallas Cowboys team is nobody's. It's all fugazi.
We've only had 15 instances where a team has taken one of those and scored the defense.
It's a fugazi. And they can't kick the extra point in overtime. Packers are up 43-37. They win by 6, but they don't cover the 6.5. NFL are in. Nah. You're part of the goy. No, the Bills are going to win when they move into the new stadium. The ticket demand is higher when they haven't won the Super Bowl. You have to be a part of the history of the first championship of the Buffalo Bills. I am the only open faith of the Buffalo Bills. I have never picked that team to win the Super Bowl before. This year, it's not going to change at all. You're going to win the Super Bowl after you move into the new stadium, just like the LA Rams. That's what it's about. Ravens going to torch them the final game at Ralph Wilson Stadium, whatever it's called today. You got to learn the non-goy code. LA's 14. Bills will be 1-4 in Super Bowls. It's next year, not this year. Why'd you think the Ravens lost the first game of the year? Because it's rigged. It's all manipulation. These guys are crooked criminals. The owners are criminals. The owners are criminals. Las Vegas are criminals. Let's wind back the tape. Let's wind back the tape. In Super Bowl 57, we knew Andy Reid, they're going to play his former team and the Kelsey brothers. Oh, that's right. No. Most people were betting on the Bills to make Super Bowl 57. That's what actually happened. Most people bet on the Bengals to win the AFC Championship game that year. Oops. In Super Bowl 58, what happened again? With most people at the 49ers, they were going to win the Super Bowl. The Ravens and the 49ers are going to play because it's purple and that little cinder red that looks like San Francisco red. So let's rewind that tape a little bit because the team that the public likes hasn't made the Super Bowl in these past few seasons, have they? If we're going off of past history, we're going off of the right trends. Let's not sit here and bullshit and pretend that most people at the Bills making Super Bowl 57 because that is reality. Let's not sit here and horseshit and pretend that people, by the widest of margins, 75% of the polls had the Ravens beating the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game for Super Bowl 58. Super Bowl 59, what was it? Lions will make the Super Bowl. Chiefs are going to win. Oops. You speak about odds, but I don't mean shit. I know how odds work. You don't. If the Bills have low payouts, the public money's on there. Public money's on the Bills. If too much money's on the Bills, they fucked. It don't matter how Josh Allen does for 17. It don't matter. It is written in the contract. You must do as you're told by the gang of 32 and 33 with the commissioner. It's time to hook and bait the public again by having Lamar Jackson win the Super Bowl and Josh Allen's his scripted choker who just shits his pants in January. Oh, he just got unlucky against Mahomes. But if he chokes against Lamar Jackson, people will not believe he's ever going to win the Super Bowl. If you choke against this black running back, you're never going to win the Super Bowl. The stage has already been set. This black running back is going to win the Super Bowl ring. And Tom Brady spoke high of this guy. The winner of the Chiefs-Ravens game is winning the motherfucking Super Bowl. This was the worst thing that happened to the Kansas City Chiefs today. Oh, Kansas City's back. And they want to ride Swift and Chelsea again another year. But I'm not the guy who went against the Chiefs in the playoffs the last 2 years. I knew they'd be in these last 3 Super Bowls. I had them winning 57-58. I had them winning 59 erroneously and correctly. It don't matter. They were still going to play in the Super Bowl, not the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. But this year, they are not going to win the AFC. This is the first time I've said they're not going to win the NFC. The Chiefs will not win the AFC. They done. And they not getting a home playoff game either. They 2-2, Chargers 3-1. NFL cooking. With that script, right there. Monday Night Football, I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. If the Chargers beat the Commanders, it's a lock. I think the Chargers are going to beat the Commanders. Again, Jaden equals 23. They hype up the return of this Jaden Daniels. It's a Jaden Daniels cult, is what it is. It's a cult. He only beat a defense that virtually every player was out injured on the Detroit Lions. And this guy got ass fought by the Philadelphia Eagles. He ain't saying nothing against Jim Harbaugh physical defense. They eat this guy up right there. It's time to build a bandwagon Charger fan base for the Super Bowl championship that will be owed back to Jim Harbaugh. The older fans out there who've seen the gimmicks of the playoffs during the years of Super Bowl 46, 47, 48, the years after Jim Harbaugh, Crybaugh, 40-winers cried their way into oblivion. The NFL screwed us. Oh my God. 40-winers didn't get screwed. They had 5 Super Bowls. But Jim Crybaugh got screwed. But these days are long over. I'm glad Crybaugh didn't win. But he is going to win on the Chargers. And part of the agreement for Judd York hosting the game is that Jim Harbaugh's not going to be winning the Super Bowl in my stadium after me and Trent Baalke threw him to the curve. The Chargers will not be making any Super Bowl this year. They're going to be in the playoffs. Yes, they will. But this is part of the gentleman agreement here. Judd York was not going to agree to host Super Bowl 60 if the NFL decided Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers are going to make it this year. But they are going to give them Super Bowl 62 at the same city where Jim Harbaugh won the George Halas Trophy in the NFC Championship game against the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan right there. And Julio Jones. And then the Falcons made it a few years later in Super Bowl 51. I think Dan Quinn was coach for that NFC Championship game in the year the 49ers came back from 17-0 to beat them. I was snow skiing at the Arizona Snow Bowl in Flagstaff. But I wanted to watch football, so of course I was in the ski lodge. I was watching that NFC Championship game while my brother and my sister were skiing because I wanted to see the Niners lose against the Falcons. It was looking great early on in that game. The comeback was rigged because, of course, the NFL is rigged every single year. When has it not been rigged? Just look at the Jets-Colts game for Super Bowl III. That game was rigged so the AFL could be legitimized as a legit competing opposing league that can be merged into one National Football League. We in overtime. Dak the Hack! Oh, any quarterback can look good when these pussy-ass motherfuckers don't play bump and run zone. Man to man at the line of scrimmage. You clowns should be admonished. You're just leaving big cushions in these zone coverages. How can you guys do with bump and run? You can bump and run at the line of scrimmage. You see, these quarterbacks these stats are inflated by the league. Everybody plays this pussy-ass zone coverage. I knew a guy who played ASU. He played with ASU in the 1970s. He was like, back in my day, we played man-on-man, bump and run. All you see is this piss-ass zone coverage. It'd be harder to complete to my wide receiver if everyone was playing zone coverage. It's man-on-man coverage. Man-on-man. Namdi Samoga, we like the man-on-man, bump and run, and we like to throw it deep for 6. Yep. That's Al Davis Raiders I know I like. Was that he missed him? Jack the Hack. He's out of bounds. Holy shit, he made the catch. He made the catch. Oh, Dallas Cowboy fans, you guys are imposters. You're the biggest suckers for Jerry Jones. This is the best thing that the hook and bait Dallas Cowboy fans. We're Super Bowl contenders now. We almost beat the Eagles and we beat the Green Bay Packers and David Texas. Come on. Fly Eagles. Fly Eagles. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck the Packers. It's 27 BS is garbage. Michael Parsons is a problem, but doesn't stop the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are a perpetual mediocre organization. Look at these guys. They favor the Cowboys. They give them the chance when they play on a Monday. And, they play on a Sunday night. Well, you still have to play a team that only has 6 days of rest next week. This helps the Dallas Cowboys.
He got that call right. Those calls are so tight. We're looking at it super slow-mo and stopping it.
Man, you guys are the Green Bay Slackers. Green Bay Slackers.
From the 5. With the motion, Williams carries.
This is rigged. You up 13-0, motherfucker. Man, you guys are trash. You guys are garbage. Eagles beat the Lions in the NFC Championship game. They fuck them deep in the ass, and they break their odds.
After a little bit of a breather now. Let's see where they're going to line him up here.
Aha! Biggest losers of the night are Dallas Cowboys fans. Micah Parsons got him there. Ah, you bums! Look at these Green Bay slacker clowns. Let's review. Let's wind back the film. These guys were barking, saying, we're going to go undefeated. We're going to go undefeated. You know, some of them, the Packer players. And the next thing you know is they lose against the Cleveland Clowns. They didn't lose against Detroit, did they? This game is rigged. Hey, he throws it nowhere. This game is obviously manipulated. He throws it nowhere. Are you serious? They think we're retarded. They think that we're retarded. He throws it nowhere. He literally doesn't give a receive. He throws it to the back of the end. It's a joke. Are you watching the same game I'm watching? He doesn't even give a receiver a chance to win the motherfucking game. He throws it deep into the back of the end. This is a joke. This is a joke. But my Ravens are winning the Super Bowl, motherfucker. Keep on calling Lamar running back, you little racist maggot lunatic. Look at you. Public is turning against this administration. Everybody, we warned what would happen. He would be targeting Democratic cities. Yes, he did. He would fuck people over who voted Trump, and they work in the government, and they laid them off. He fucked them over. Now they're calling these people back. Oh, we want you back working for the government. We didn't realize how important you guys were. And this is incompetence. Look at that little sledgehammer Elon Musk. Look at that clown. Look at him. But it's all by design. You see, it's all by design. It's AI takeover. It's all a billionaire take over the government. We're gonna fuck over our own supporters. We're gonna take away their Medicare and Medicaid. This happened during the 4th of July week. This little contest with men, faggots, wearing little tights and little fake actors. These are opiate of the masses right there. I know Burrow is the best quarterback. If football is fake, Lamar is going to win. And Lamar has written a legend. Lamar has written his legend. That is what it calls for. Lamar's a running back. Get all of white America to bet on the Bills and Josh Allen. It's all fugazi. It's all fugazi. It is all fugazi. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Demetrius Jackson. These racist, white supremacist owners want him to fake an injury. It's a black man with attitude. He didn't want to be out there when he was getting his ass kicked. These people are freaking degenerate. They tell Lamar to pull off this act. That, oh, yes, a hamstring injury. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Lamar's having the best quarterback stats ever. But he's a running back, and he can't throw the ball. He can't throw the ball. Eagles are going to lose against the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Ruben, the Raiders are garbage. And the NFL wants the Bears to remain in the playoff hunt in the NFC because they have a new coach, promising new coach, a promising young quarterback. But what do the Raiders have? An old, recycled, retread, Cheat Carroll, and a washed-up veteran quarterback, Geno Smith. That's trash. That really is trash. The Green Gay Slackers. I like that nickname, the Green Gay Slackers. They're the biggest jack-offs of the evening. Green Gay Slackers don't have the mentality to win a championship. But I love the way that the Eagles attacked the Bucs in the hot and humid Florida weather. Eagles are going to lose against the Bucs. The worst, nasty, filthiest fan base in America can lose in the Super Bowl. That's a win. That's a win. If Big Don starts showing up the Packers or something, he loses the Super Bowl, his ass ain't nothing. 1-2 in the Super Bowl. Filthy scumbags need to lose in the Super Bowl. You're the worst fan base ever. You ain't nothing till you win a second championship like the Chiefs. Eagles are nobodies. Let's go, Lamar. Let's go, Lamar. Destroy them, Lamar. Let's go. We in Baltimore. He's from the hood. The black beanie, the black shirt, purple glasses. We about Baltimore Ravens right here. Let's go.
Yes.
It just happens.
Let me come back to what you said at the start of the game. It's all like
I love that 2012-13 Ravens team.
But a win for Dallas tonight in this atmosphere environment.
Carroll sucks. He's no Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is infinitely better. We should have had Jim Harbaugh, but losers will lose. We don't know anything. And pass interference for the flag. Nothing! What? Nothing! Have done it! Have fun! Nothing! What do you man?
Here and there's Wicks, and let's take a look. When I first saw it, I thought it was interference.
He had interference! Chris Collins won! It's tossing the flags!
Arm that pulled
You are bailing Jerry Jones' ass!
wow, close. Let's just call it close.
You're a pussy! Oh, it's close! Call it like it fucking is! Look at these clowns. Jerry Jones, the game was rigged so he can sell more tickets. Look at that. My Cards are going to beat the Dallas Cowgirls on Monday Night Football, and we are going to get a big win for the wild card. And we may or may not make it, but in November, we're going to beat that team. We're going to be in the wild card.
Opportunity to either get the pass in, or you create some space for your quarterback to run.
They can't be this bad.
This is that moment. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, they're not in the Al Davis territory yet, are they?
I feel pretty good about coming in here, and they are one play away from walking away with a loss.
Most rigged game of the night. Every Cowboy hater, wow, these people have no mercy.
Here's Love, gotta have it.
4th and 6.
Puts it up, and it's double caught and a first down.
Now the 4th and 6.
38-yard line.
The Steelers decided not to go for the 4th and short. They took a delay of game for 4th and 6. 4th and 6 is the Super Bowl. You see, the Super Bowl is at Levi's Stadium. Now, the 4th and 6 I talked about earlier, the Steelers is Camacho 46. So that's why that happened at Dublin. Okay! It's not a hurry offense. You got to settle for the draw first, settle for the tie, get in field goal range, and then go for the win. Settle for the field goal range first, and then go for the win. Ah, you Dallas chokers! How about that? You had your chance. There's no Micah Parsons to rush on 4th and 6 now, is there? You're going to win the game. Go. They're pussies. They can't stop them.
Wilson really wasn't much of a
Aha! I told you. Dallas Cowboys 43. The Packers 43. It's another rigged game in the NFL. But I tell you.
There's a 2-minute warning in overtime, and we'll come here.
Michael Jordan Love. Here we go.
58-yard field goal to tie. They can't move it any.
Are the Packers frauds? Are they setting up the narrative? Or are they going to get this? No, this is a rigged football game. Let's not talk about any of that crap. The Packers purposely let them back in the game. You see, these guys here, they owned illegal horse track rigs. The early NFL owners are basically mafia. The Rooneys, the Maras, the Bidwells, this is who they are. Illegal horse track rigs. The NFL legacy owners are corrupt, illegal operations. from Bitbull to Rooney to Mara, they know how to fix a game to where the Packers can win, but they don't cover the spread. It's all Fugazi. It's all Fugazi. It's completely all Fugazi. You already see it with opening night. We can't pass judgment on how they will do against the Jets until we find out about what happens tomorrow night. Because of the Dallas equals 14, and Jets could be 1-4 either way, win or lose.
I mean, at the 40-yard line.
Go Packers!
Emmanuel Wilson is the back.
If
Dallas bringing an extra rusher from inside clock. That's move slithering by his Wicks to the 25-yard line. Goes Dontavian Wicks. Packer first down, 1:45 to go. Here at OT.
Yeah, they brought the blitz.
look at you, Jerry!
He really could not impact the play. Right out here, he's going to try to come in, but look how far away that is. And basically, the ball is gone before he has any chance. So now you're creating a void in that zone defense, trying to get there, but the timing of it wasn't good enough.
Green Bay one timeout left. 80 seconds left in OT. 25. Love slant again. 6 yards on that one. To the 19-yard line.
Smart job by the Packers. Dallas Cowboys are defending the end zone. You're 7 for the slant. There's no curls. Keep on being patient, but got to manage the clock well, obviously. You draw up the middle. Cowboys are soft. There you go. To about the 13, 12-yard line.
40 seconds left. The Packers take a shot or two in the end zone to try to win it here.
And they know exactly who the kicker is for the Dallas Cowboys.
First and 10 at the 12. Look out. Big hit out golden.
They're going to sell for the tie.
The clock is stopped. Final timeout of the Packers at 28 seconds.
28 seconds left. 28 seconds left. The Packers are going to settle for a tie if they can't win the game. Packers money line doesn't win. Las Vegas wins. It's a push. It's a push. It's a push. It is a push. A push. It is a push.
Also have a clock to think about. So plenty of time right now. You can still complete the ball in the middle.
Then this overtime. Right.
Down the ball and have at least one more play.
The 13, 28 seconds to go. Cowboys break 4. Love. Wilson is stopped in the field of play.
They're really going to settle for the tie. No timeouts. They try to call timeout, but there's no timeout. You have to spike the ball. He's a moron. Holy shit! He caught it! He caught it! He caught it! Holy shit!
That ball bounces where it hit.
Damn!
Stops once it hit something there. Incomplete. If he didn't put that out of the back of the end zone, they would have run out of time. So McManus is on for the game time field goal.
You guys are incompetent.
Anything can happen. Love goes scrambling around. He gets the ball out of his hands, but my goodness, that was terrible.
Here's McManus to the tie. 34. And this one is good, and this one ends in the second.
34-yard field goal attempt. Mike Ankles 34.
40. Each team got it once.
Cowboys are trash.
Field goal. Wow. All you can do is just.
Packers, you guys suck. Look at these people. Oh, he's 27 years of age. He's going to win the Super Bowl. You guys are awful. You're not beating the Philly tush push, are you? The NFL is ritualistically biased towards the East Coast. They screwed the 41ers. They had New York against Boston at Indianapolis in Super Bowl 46. What if they had Baltimore against Philly at San Francisco? NFL is rigged for the East Coast. There ain't no doubt about it. The East Coast, even with all these subtle migration movements, the most populous areas are still the East Coast. Even if it's West, Mid, South, East Coast, Ravens, Eagles, that is the matchup that the NFL wants. You've got two great running backs. You've got two Super Bowl winning coaches. You've got two dynamic running, passing quarterbacks. This is the matchup that they want. That is the way. I got the baseball bracket. We got the picks to go. It's a draw. The money line bet ends in a push. The Packers spread results in a loss. A tie game between the Green Bay Slackers and the Dallas Cowboys. How does that happen? The Packers are terrible. They'll be 3-1. They'll be 4-1 after they beat the Cardinals. Lamar's winning the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is winning the Super Bowl. Lamar is winning. Let's get the video with Lamar Jackson. He's winning the Super Bowl. He's just a running back. He's just a running back. Oh, my God. I hear the barking. I hear the barking. What do you mean an updated Super Bowl bet? Your 41ers are garbage. Look at you. You and your 41ers. Look at you. When I tell you about Super Bowl host teams, I did tell you with or without a win against Chiefs, 1-3 team win the Super Bowl. Look at that. Look at that. You know what's funny, too? Everybody go to this video when Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl. The best Lamar Jackson reaction I've ever seen. This guy's a big Lamar hater because he lives in Cleveland. The guy, Quantrell Bishop, he is a big Lamar hater. Middle-aged white guy. Lamar's a running back. I don't know why the audio is terrible on my laptop, but I'll just go to the audio. He likes it. No, that's impossible. He's from Youngstown, Ohio. That's impossible. He doesn't like the Ravens. He could be a paid Troy. I don't know. He could be Troy. It could be Troy. I don't know. But he's a Cleveland Clowns. He always makes Kevin Stefanski rant video. He's always ranting about Lamar. Lamar Jackson will be a Dolphin next year. Book it. Thanks to the Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson will lead the league in interceptions this year 4 years ago. I don't know where you get that. He's all Lamar's horrible. LMAO.
this clown. What the fuck is he looking at? This kid, he's not a pocket quarterback. Look at him. Look at him. What? This fucking guy's terrible. He's fucking horrible. Hey, the Chargers are horrible. Their defense. Look at him. Look at him crying.
Stop it. I got this over my glasses.
You're not a pocket quarterback. You got to run. Anytime he tries to stay in the pocket and play quarterback, that's what happens. What is he looking at?
No, he is a hater.
This is terrible. What is he looking at? That's embarrassing. This is why the Ravens, you wonder why the Ravens run so much? Here's the reason why, right? Look at him. What's he looking
Joe
at?
Burrow to the Ravens. Trade flat for $4 for
He
him.
would have been 10 feet behind the receiver.
I got this right in my eyes. Damn, this is rough. This is rough. No, he is a hater. I don't know where you get that. He's figuring it out.
Hey, the Ravens are down 17, fourth quarter. Look at his stats: 3-9, 25.
That first playoff game
This
in
is your future,
2018 with
This is
29
your
wins.
future right here. This is what you got down 7. Look. Let me see if we can fake him into a Hail Mary. Look. He can't even throw the ball downfield. He's horrible. He's a running back. This is embarrassing. Even the fans are booing him. They realize more than 5. Harbaugh. I cannot believe Lamar Jackson. You had a nice 7-game career. You suck, Lamar Jackson. You're fucking horrible. Look at Harbaugh laughing. He's like, I don't know what I did wrong here. I'll tell you what you did wrong here. You put a running back at quarterback, and you thought no, honestly, you knew some blame. Let's see what the next play is. They're down 17. Look at these Ravens. They're fucking pissed. Look. What's he going to do now? He's in a shotgun. Oh, it's going to be a little screen pass. Oh, no, he steps up. Look at the run. Look, he can run. Oh, no. Oh, let me throw down. Oh, Lamar. Oh, Lamar, are you horrible? Oh, poor baby. It's okay, Lamar. You can probably play fantasy football.
How many views? Oh, 79,000. This is
It ain't a
criminal.
white or a black thing. It's a quarterback thing. The guys are running. You guys had a chance. You could have brought Flacco when you had good field position. Look at 3 of 10 for 25 fucking yards. Look at this. Flacco's like, I'm a Super Bowl MVP. Put me in. This is embarrassing. Look at this dumbass. Hey, that's why you'll be unemployed after this game. You suck. Let's see what Lamar has dialed up now. Oh, look at he stops back. Look at he goes. I'm gonna run. I can't throw the ball. I'm gonna run. I can't read a defense. He doesn't even know how to manipulate the pocket. His initial reaction is to fucking run. He's horrible. Look at these Ravens fans, how sick they are. Look at them. They're disgusted. I just broke down Lamar Jackson's NFL career. People thought he was better than Baker Mayfield. He fucking sucks. He's a running back playing quarterback. Look, instead of moving around the pocket, let me run. 3 and out. They could have put Flacco and had a chance. Thank you, John Harbaugh, you fucking moron. Lamar Jackson, you had a 7-game NFL career. You fucking suck. It's over. They need to draft a quarterback.
NFL's weird. This game today is not real. I quickly tuned out of that game because it was not even a close 50-50 contest. The NFL is into setting the narratives for the playoffs. They could care less if this game was a dud because the Chiefs were up big. All they care about is the fact that we are setting the narrative that Lamar can't beat the best of the best in the conference. The same Lamar that balled out against the Lions, he suddenly turned into a deer in the headlights against the Kansas City Chiefs. What happened? What happened to that is what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. Lamar winning the Super Bowl. This brother is winning the Super Bowl 45 miles from San Francisco, Santa Clara. Lamar Jackson is winning the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is winning the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson. This Ravens 1-3 team is completely fake and manufactured. Who seriously believes this is a 1-3 team? Who here believes this team is really 1-3? Oh, yeah, I did tell you I wouldn't be surprised if this team is 1-3, with or without 2-2, 1-3. Raymond win the Super Bowl. Because Lamar is going to carry them like he Tom Brady is. What are you about to do? What? Hey! He going to carry them like he Tom Brady? Or he not going to carry them like he Tom Brady? Is he? Or is he not? Lamar is going to do the business. Lamar is obviously Tom Brady's favorite quarterback. Even he favors him more than Patrick Mahomes because he understands that Patrick Mahomes is fraud. He is completely privileged. He is a privileged mixed man with blue eyes who was lucky enough to have Andy Reid out of all play callers. Andy Reid is the best play caller in football. You give Joe Burrow Andy Reid, you give Lamar Jackson Andy Reid. This guy has inherent privilege from the get-go. His career is not real. He will get to 5, 6, 7 Super Bowls, but his career is entirely phony. Patrick Mahomes is a contrived character. Lamar and Allen and Burrow, all three equally alike, get screwed when this is not a real sport. We will never know what that pure sporting accommodates if Lamar or Burrow or Allen emerge as the top, because Patrick Mahomes has already been chosen to be at the top. He is completely phony in every way imaginable. He is a fake GOAT that will never be accepted as the real GOAT. But he is someone that will be considered better than Lamar and Burrow and Allen. Hey, Scott Morris! Hey, Scott Morris! The NFL have a big problem. The big problem is that he's won everything with Andy Reid, the brilliant play caller who has done a lot with Donovan McNabb. Now, the NFL got to make Patrick Mahomes win with a different coach. And that day will be coming. Maybe not immediate, but sooner rather than later. Where Patrick Mahomes is going to deal with a situation where Andy Reid is retired and he doesn't have Andy Reid, the father, and he is the son, the rookie quarterback, doing everything Andy Reid is asking him to do. That day will come eventually. That day will come where they make Patrick Mahomes a manufactured fake GOAT, where he never needed Andy Reid, where he never needed Travis Kelce, where he never needed any of them. And they make this look believable when he won Super Bowl 57. Didn't they make it to the Super Bowl without having a single wide receiver touchdown pass during the regular season? That is a very hard to believe statistic. But without the wide receiver accommodates, this scripting part of the action will kind of make it believable that Patrick Mahomes can win without. It was really all the work of Andy Reid, but Patrick Mahomes is a bona fide fraud. No, nobody. This guy is the modern chosen figure. I guess the best way to figure out is how many days is from Brady's birthday to Mahomes' birthday. It's only 45. 45 is 3P. I mean, that was their narrative last year based off of history. Now, the Super Bowls in the past, you knew that the 45-day duration from Brady's birthday to Mahomes' birthday, it didn't mean it was a definitive outcome that the Chiefs are going to 3P. But with that being said, we never know what Jordan Love can do with Andy Reid, what Burrow can do with Andy Reid, what Allen can do with Andy Reid, with Steve Spagnuolo. If they had Steve Spagnuolo, he won Super Bowl 42 with the New York Giants. They ended an undefeated season. Steve Spagnuolo belongs in the Hall of Fame for his defensive contribution to the game. It's almost Belichickian, almost what Steve Spagnuolo contributed with both the Giants and the Chiefs. But the whole general point here is that the NFL is a script in that they will rig Mahomes' career to counter the narratives that will be presented to the public. This is Illuminati, Luciferian, Baphometic rituals. Baphometic is a made-up word. Now, Baphometic, same idea. Manifest, agree to himself, and you get a guy who's won 5 or 6 Super Bowls. Same idea with LeBron James. Even if it wasn't scripted, he could win 8 championships, but the same ideas. He will eventually get to 5 and 6 rings. Same idea is in play. But the NFL may or may not be against Christians. You still have to claim you're a Christian before you win a championship in the NFL. These are hardcore right-wing owners. Is Joe Burrow really a Christian? This could be working against him. Lamar Jackson obviously has claimed himself to be a Christian and a man of God. So this family faith in football, the 3 F's, is something that has to be looked into. Lamar satisfies it. Burrow, a secular man or not, does he satisfy it? It doesn't seem like he does. This is why the script is against Joe Burrow. They're into the brainwashing of religion. Tom Brady at least claims to be Christian, but he is not really Christian. He is Luciferian. He is part of the Baphometic religion. Because you're Irish and you come from the Catholic Church, he's Catholic, and I'm not buying any of that. Lamar's got the Christian tattoos and all that. Lamar, he is someone who he claimed could have, his career could have been resurrected by the man above. Almost biblical. The Hebrews, the Israelites, they were of dark skin complexion. Lamar has something going with them. Joe Burrow, not so much. These people claim the NFL hates Christian, but you have to claim to be a Christian before you can win a championship in the NFL. So even though the religion is itself Luciferian, Baphometic, and satanic, you first and foremost have to claim yourself to the Christian religion, even as in real time you are following Baphometic principles. The pursuit of all the wealth and the knowledge needed out there. Lamar is in a perfect spot right here. Race 1 and 3, and he wins the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, of course he's gonna win a Super Bowl someday. And Josh Allen's gonna win a Super Bowl. Is there any need to debate that? Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl? I'm of the belief it's gonna happen at LA. And not this year's Super Bowl, but next year's Super Bowl at the new stadium is what I am hypothesizing. And again, just as Super Bowl 57, much of the public will bet on the Bills to win because this is Josh Allen's year. But Lamar will achieve what has been deemed impossible is deemed possible. That is what's going to happen. That is what will happen. This is a dog and pony show. This whole Sunday night football game is a dog and pony show to the core. You saw a little Masonic bromance at the end with Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, and this game ended in a draw, in a tie. Hooked and baited the masses. Las Vegas won big. Everybody thought it was a demolition of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is the biggest winner of Sunday Night Football. Jerry Jones has created deluded millions to believe that the Cowboys are suddenly a team that is going to win the Super Bowl. He was in a SoFi commercial, is that right? Well, this adds more context to my theory of the Bills having to wait another year for the Super Bowl. And it doesn't always land on the year that your team equals. Maybe after 60 previous Super Bowls is when your team does win the title. And again, this team's going to be 1-4 in the Super Bowl. So whoever they play in the NFC, y'all winning the championship, Super Bowl 61. How appropriate. New stadium, Rams win their red garbage championship. And the Bills are going to, and the Rams are garbage and they don't deserve it. And these guys are hoes. Like, they left LA and they claimed the Super Bowl in St. Louis and they came running back to LA. Like, that's a whole franchise. Y'all a bunch of hoes. Y'all ain't LA through thick and through. You're a whole ass franchise, what you are. Warner considers himself more as a Cardinal than as a Ram. Kurt Warner considers himself more as a Cardinal than as a Ram. The Cardinals introduced him to the Ring of Honor first before the LA Rams, the LA Lambs. You just completely blown it when Kurt Warner considers himself more as a Cardinal than as a Ram. You guys blew it. It was just disposable. You guys completely blown it. The LA Lambs, we all know the refs helped the Rams win Super Bowl 56. We all know they did. We all know the Rams are a bunch of nobodies as far as prestige in the conference. We all know you guys are garbage. They wanted to build a fan base in St. Louis. And they gave the Rams a championship in Super Bowl 34 so they could try to build a fan base in St. Louis. But then there's a new owner, Stan Kroenke, and he had other plans to increase the aggregate franchise of his LA team in LA. And based off of what happened with the Rams in Super Bowl 56, he had the backing of the entire conglomerate of 32 owners. They're called the Gang of 33. The owners and the commissioner and the fans. Lamar Jackson. This is what they must do. They must not completely relive the 2012-2013 Ravens, but let me go to the 2012-2013 Ravens page here. So the Ravens started 9-2. They lost 4 out of 5 games to end the regular season, and New Orleans equals 45. They struggled towards the end of the regular season, the 2012 Ravens. This will be different, obviously. Their first loss of the season was against the Eagles, and they're the defending champion this year. They beat the Raiders 55-20. A couple of tough losses. Lose 20-23 against the Steelers. Lose 28-31 overtime at the Washington Redskins. Was that the year that Robert Griffin took off? I think it was. Lamar Jackson is going to really set off race relations in America. Now, and let me just say this first. Everything that was said in 2020, have we really had more police reforms in America? We wanted change in 2020. It's been 5 years, mate. Is America be the same systemic racist country? How many reforms have you made with police departments across America? With the white supremacist maggot lunatic, unfortunately, this country may be dictated by race. You know, the French people during World War II, we just want as many bodies as we can. But then America was like, oh, we don't want to be with black soldiers or anything. And in France, it's like, we don't care. We just want help. And, this shows a racist side of America that hasn't been shown before. So I think that completely rejecting Donald Trump in his racist, white supremacist rhetoric, and that e pluribus unum, out of many people, we are one. We are one of the United States of America. The racist lunatic doesn't deserve credit whatsoever. I think racism is a big problem with this country, that we find a way to legitimize a legit white supremacist who already attacked the Capitol. People continue to see things through race in this country. People are scared about demographic change, whatever. Out of many people, one, people are scared. White supremacist people are going to hijack the government. I have had enough of this. I was thinking my generation, we would be very open-minded and not be completely racist, and we would see that it's about low middle income class people against the billionaires. But then the Republicans, they don't want you to see it that way. They want you to see it as black people and Latino people. They taking whatever is you deserve for you white people. So it is a joke. It is a joke. Latino people and black people are not making you lose out on your Medicare and Medicaid. Racism is a real part of this country. Real racism. People fall for the racism of the GOP's rhetoric that the brown people thugs are coming in and they're causing all this crime and all this. But why would you want to be identified and deported to your home country? This is where the GOP's rhetoric has gone wrong. Is people, what they believe is happening is not is actually happening. It is the Republican Party that is reducing what they get from Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. It is a shame. It is a shame. But the racism has eaten people alive. It should be we the people against the billionaires, but instead, it is only white people got shafted. It's these pesky, illegal dang bangers from Venezuela and Mexico and all this, and it's not your own government that is screwing you. It's not your own people that are screwing you. It is some imaginary enemy that is screwing you, and that's the biggest problem. Quite frankly, is that it is anybody but the billionaire class. If you are a GOP donor, I don't know what we're going to do to change that. Honestly, ladies and gents, we'll get there. I've got my purple sunglasses. I've got my all black. You understand? I mean, I am all in for the mission, but we got to have some support. And right now, it doesn't look like we're getting it, but it's okay. Continue to preach the message, and we'll get to it. Look at that. The Cardinals face the Titans at home, but their $230 million quarterback is not going to study any film because this team hasn't won a game yet. And they're going to win, and people are going to suck up Kyler Murray like there ain't no tomorrow. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke. Don't show Kyler Murray to our faces. Show you Murray is a joke. He's not going to start any film because, oh, I never won a game yet. I should do what I'm been told to do. This game is going to show a lot about Kyler Murray. If he's going to brush off film study and he thinks no NFL team is easy to beat. And now, if he does suck against the Titans, there's no doubt he must go, and this will set negative fan reaction for the rest of the season. But I think with Trey Benson, I think with the rest of the team, I think we'll do the job just well. And we'll get another win against the Titans. We beat them in 2013. Last time we only loss against them was in 2009 with the Leinart, Vince Young game where Vince Young won at the last minute again. So we'll see, but and again, we should win this game. We'll see. We'll do just fine.